Crew's here.
It is. Hey, Fred. No, you're good.
No rest for the wicked.
That's right.
Hey guys, we're back. It's John here, the Acoustic Shop, NAMM 2025. It has been a great day. I'm actually already starting to wear down, but we're only like halfway through today, I think. I don't know for sure. Anyway, we're halfway, a little more. It's 4, never mind. It's most of the way through. It's been a great day. Lots of cool stuff to hear, but we're here at Furch Guitars, and I'm here with Peter Furch. Did I say it right this year?
Yeah.
Close enough?
Yes. No. It's good. It's good. Better
It's good.
Furch was actually almost excellent. Yeah.
Yes,
Almost done.
yes, I worked so hard on it. I did all. There's some really great things coming from Furch Guitars. I'm excited about them. I've been seeing some videos of stuff that's in here.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys have already been watching. We're going to talk a little bit about the mandolin. So Alex, if you're watching right now, we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But lots of exciting things coming from Furch Guitars right now. So where do you want to start? What do you want to talk about first?
Okay. The best will be the first. Yeah. If you let me. So let's go for a CNR Active. Follow me over here. Okay.
This is a really cool technology. Idea on this. I have to say, genuinely, I am absolutely impressed with the idea. I haven't got to really get to see how functional it is yet, and I'm trusting that you have the right numbers, but this is, in my opinion, extremely revolutionary.
It is. It is. If you ask how it really works in real life, this show was actually good.
This
real
is
life
actually
situation.
great. I'm going to test it.
It's the humidity was down to like a 17 or even 18 or 17%.
I have talked
Very
to
low
people.
humidity here.
Yeah, I talked to people at the show. Everybody's having issues with their guitars between the wildfires and the massive amounts of winds that have been coming through here.
Yeah.
Like you said, less than 20%.
Yeah.
I heard of one report of an 8% humidity level
Was it?
upstairs.
Wow.
8%. So we're seeing fret sprouting on brand new guitars, poor playability, all that kind of stuff. So you are right. This is an example. You haven't seen any of those issues.
I haven't. Did you have a chance to play
not
some
yet.
of the guitars?
I have not yet.
So you can do it
we're
later
gonna do it
on.
here.
But I was actually using this opportunity to just check, walk around a couple of times a day and just checking what the CNR Active really did on our guitars. And yeah, I was saying I was so happy to see really that's why I did it. That's
awesome.
here over there. So but let me explain to you. So okay, this is. Maybe you are already familiar with CNR system in our neck, which is well, basically this is the concept here with a carbon pipe and a truss rod over here, and this like a cast element. This is in our guitars for maybe 8 years already. Probably like 60,000 guitars were made with this CNR system, but
Extremely stable.
Yeah, that's the point. It's extremely stable, and also it helps you with a fine setup of your neck relief. And that was CNR, composite neck reinforcement. But now we are introducing CNR Active, and that active function is happening over here. So how it works? We have this I call it expansion element. So it's a piece of wood which is able to absorb the humidity, and it's set up this way with how do you see it here on this prop? So what it does, in a high humidity environment which your guitar can happen to be in, your top is absorbing the humidity,
Swell.
right? Yeah, exactly. And it's expanding. It's sort of like a bulging on the top end. So this piece of wood will be also expanding, and it will be basically tilting the neck a little bit backwards, compensating for a bridge movement over here. And the other way around, this in a low humidity environment, your top will be falling down. This will also shrink, and actually letting the little relieving the neck a little bit forward, again compensating for the bridge movement. So that's one part
No, it's
of
not
it.
changing the relief of the neck, the actual
No,
bow
not
of the
really.
neck.
It's-
And
it will
that's
be
what I think that's important for you
angle.
guys to recognize. It's changing the neck angle so that you're keeping the same action height. Because again,
That's
if
right.
this saddle goes up by swelling, then all of a sudden you've got string action that is just outrageous. So to bring that angle backwards is going to compensate for that.
Yeah.
Vice versa, when it dries and shrinks, this comes forward to kind of match up. And that way, if that dries out in the top sync, by the way, almost 90% of the guitars we have played have been this way, where they drop and you get frets that are just fretting out in places that you would never expect them to do so.
Question we had before the stream was how much weight that actually adds.
So a question that is being asked already from the audience out there right now is how much weight does this add? Now, already you had a very similar system in here, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't be dramatically more than
Yeah,
before.
well, this whole thing is adding about just basically just about the older system was adding just about a couple of grams. This whole system is adding about like a 40 grams. Well, good thing is that it's very close to the center of gravity of the guitar. So and the whole guitar, just the guitar body, is about like 1.3 kilograms. So that's just a couple of percent of increase. But the good thing, as I said, is that it's close to center of gravity, which is somewhere here around. Yeah, but a good question anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really, really good. So, besides it doing it naturally, which
Yeah.
is the idea of having the block, by the way, of the same material as the top, does that change material if you're doing cedars?
this is always Sitka screws.
Okay.
Special, well, basically direction of the grain, and even like a sort of like a we have it. We prepare, we sort of like acclimatize it in a factory before we fit it in, so it's in a kind of like a conditions which are
Good.
which the instruments are in, and so it can do the reaction as precisely as
time.
possible. We found out, or I found out in a testing, that the Sitka spruce works most reliably, let's say. So even if you have a cedar over here, we would still use Sitka
That was my
expansion
question.
element here. You would see that here.
So, beyond it doing naturally, you've also got it built so you can use it to actually set up your guitar
Yeah.
and do it manually, correct?
Exactly. So but yeah, it will. You will probably don't have to play with the system very much. It will do it for you. But if you want to play with the system and if I want to adjust the,
Of course I
string
want
action,
to, just because I want
you
to.
Would, you would. You would, I guess. So yeah, well, our dealers can supply this tool for you, which basically, with string tension on and everything, you will basically just fit it in, turn and adjust the neck angle on your
So
guitar.
this is turning with a knob
Yeah.
right here, correct?
Right now we cannot do it because this is Pro,
That's
which
fine.
is not
I
functional.
wasn't gonna.
Please don't do that.
I'm going to crank on it right now.
Yeah, I know. But you can try it on some of the guitars. I can show it. It's very
Very
easy.
cool.
And so by this, you can adjust your neck angle. And so that's, I think, the very, very cool thing, because to reset the neck on even on a Furch guitars, which is quite easy. It's still bolt on the neck and so on. So to do the neck reset for our service technician takes about 25 minutes if he's experienced and skilled. But so if you have a glue joint, it would take hours definitely, and it's a kind of dangerous operation, right? So this will take about 30 seconds.
So do you feel like this pretty much eliminates the ever need of a neck reset on a guitar?
Well, I believe that it is going to eliminate, like, okay, I'm an engineer, so I never say 100%, but 99%.
99%.
Yeah.
So the standard of everybody knowing that in 20 years you're going to put a neck reset on a dovetail joint, you're saying
No,
more.
you don't need it. With this
No
one,
more.
you don't need it. Yeah.
Good. This is why I think this is so revolutionary. That's why I'm really excited. Like, in case you can't tell, I'm really excited about the idea.
Oh yeah.
I wish
can
I'd have
tell.
known about it sooner. In fact, one of our viewers actually was the first one to tell me about it.
Okay,
and said,
okay,
do you know about this? And I said, there's no such thing. I know about CNR, but there's active CNR. Anyway, as soon as I saw your video, I'm
Well,
very,
it's
very
fairly
excited
new.
about it. Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, it's
excited.
fairly new. So.
All right.
So, yeah.
So, Jay, did you have a question for us?
So you see our mathletes all in here, looking on those maps for that. It's
Oh, in the weight of it?
1.411 ounces.
1.411 ounces. So he speaks in grams. We speak in ounces
Sorry
and
about
pounds.
that.
No,
I'm
just
from a
kidding.
different continent. Imperial doesn't work for me.
Metric. We're people that just refuse to take on metric, even though everybody else does. It's not your fault.
We have plenty of mathletes.
I bet. So
There's also a guy named Alex A. here.
Alex A here. I knew he was going to ask. Alex A is going to ask before we move on. How about this Furch mandolin? Is it still happening?
Yeah. We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it big time actually because we didn't bring it here because honestly I was just not happy with the current state just yet. We are fine-tuning, especially how the mandolin looks, the details about the binding and stuff. This is what we really need to work on. I'm happy with the sound. I'm happy with the concept, and we already purchased the technology which for the production. So we so yeah, my next goal, the next target is probably 11, which is happening in June. I would like to have it there, but it's not a promise. I'm sorry, I cannot promise that because mandolin is engineered. Yeah, it's a disaster. It's so difficult to make it happen.
It's just a disaster. It's a mandolin. It's a disaster. It's just a disaster.
Bring it definitely. We are working on it.
What I am going to make you
very
promise
heavily.
is it will show up at the as soon as available.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
promise,
I
right?
can promise that. Yes.
There you promise. See?
I can promise
There you go. So we'll have that. Alex, I knew you were going to ask. I told you before we even started, I said there's this guy named Alex that's going to ask about mandolins. There you go. So active CNR is showing up in everything in the future?
Yeah. Basically, all guitars that have heel, standard concept of the heel will have it. So yeah, starting from Pioneer series, which is our new line, from the travel guitar segment, up to the Rainbow series, it's actually naturally there. So or defaulted there. Little Jane doesn't have it because Little Jane doesn't have the concept, same concept of the heel. So that's it.
Yes.
Speaking of the little Jane, Carol wants to know, is there an actual Jane?
Is there an actual Jane that is named
Is she
after?
around?
Is there one?
She's here.
I didn't know
Should
this.
be here. Let me just quickly check.
Oh, we're finding Jane.
Yeah, sorry. No, I don't see her right here right now.
As soon as
but
we find her, she'll be on camera.
Maybe she will be coming. So yeah, well, hopefully
So there
will
is
be
an
able to
actual little
introduce.
Jane. There you
Yeah,
go.
there is. My sister, Jana.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Awesome. Very cool. So we talked about the active CNR. It's going to be coming to everything eventually. Hopefully, starting in March-ish, we'll be seeing some.
Yeah. In
some
the
of
United
these
States,
instruments.
the first shipment, which basically is fully CNR active, it's coming in early March. It's landing over here in Nashville.
Very, very cool. All right, so show us something else that's new. The booster soundport. Where's that? Let's talk about that a little bit.
So
Can
yeah,
you go right
can
there?
we maybe
All right,
can
we'll
we
slide
walk
this
this
way.
way?
It's always an active run here, so keep those questions coming, everybody. So this was another, by the way, Petter is an engineer that is taking all these engineering skills and bringing it to guitar. This is your thought process, right? You love guitar, you love music, but you also love the engineering.
I would say I'm an engineer, more like my kind of like a personality, or my mind works very technically. So
he looks at this guitar,
like
he sees
to
zeros and
understand
ones
stuff, yes.
and fives, numbers.
Yeah.
That's what he sees.
That's more me. Some people hate it about me, but but it brings some results.
Absolutely.
So let me explain about booster soundport. This is basically what you see over here. These 6 slits over here. That's what we call booster soundport. But the story is important, I think, because it started with when I was playing at Dreadnoughts. You know, I was kind of comparing various ranges of our models, and I was always a big fan of our own small body guitars like OMs, Real Janes. They are, for such a small body, they have like a great performance, right? It's always it's just always there. Sometimes I feel that there's much more somehow hidden in that big space that Dreadnoughts occupy in a space. So that's I was trying to say, well, man, there still must be more. And then it was my colleague from research and development, Pavel. He basically said that, okay, well, maybe we should look into sound hole, because the sound hole, well, maybe we just like muting the guitar with a too small sound hole. I said, well, we will see. I actually didn't. I thought it could be well, it was one of the last things we could look into. So I said, well, let's do this. And the thing is that what we found out, that there is actually a formula which is putting the relation between physical volume of the body and the perimeter of the sound hole. But the key thing is perimeter, not just size of it, but also the perimeter. So that in that formula, when we counted, put the values of Dreadnought in that formula, we said, well, okay, but this is just the number is the sound hole perimeter is too small. It's actually happening that it's sort of like a muting at top a little bit. When you strum the Dreadnought, the pressure which it does in the space is just the sound hole is not able to kind of like a handle, that cannot relieve from the body. So we started to like make a bigger sound hole and bigger sound hole. We end up in very huge sound hole in a Dreadnought, and that's when we actually had like a kind of like a this big sound hole. That's where the performance stops improving. You know, that was it. That was where we get to the limit. And so from that point, we were trying to figure out where to put extra sound holes, what should be the right perimeter, dimension, and everything. And so yeah, that's why we end up in a like this kind of like a delicate slits in the side of the guitar, because we also I definitely wanted to have sort of like the visual integrity of the guitar intact. So,
sure.
So that's what we did over here.
I think it's a really cool add-on. I think it's a little bit more subtle. Most people won't notice it as a sound port.
Well, that's most intentional, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I know it's very difficult to show it to you or prove it to you through the video. But whenever you have a chance to try maybe one of our Blue Performance or other models with this booster sound port, you know, you can just in a quiet environment, you can just sit and try to play. You know, just like closing, opening, or maybe somebody do it for you.
Yep.
This is there is about like a 4 to 6% like improvement in volume, especially in the mid-range spectrum.
Yep.
And it's really like you can really hear that. Believe me.
Yeah, absolutely. Any tone point we've ever used has been a very dramatic deal. In fact, I'm a big fan myself, so I love the idea. So I love this particular idea a lot. Yes, Jason.
I got a question for you. What part of the acoustic guitar are you looking to improve next?
Yeah, so you worked on a tone port, you've worked on the CNR next deal. What's your next part of the guitar that you're wanting to engineer a better variation?
I cannot.
You cannot tell me?
Yeah, I cannot tell you.
It's top secret.
No, I cannot. We're working on things, and I cannot tell you what it is. Sorry, really. But I hope
I'm gonna
you get a great result.
I'm gonna get it out of him.
The answer is tone.
The answer is tone. Yeah. What's the part you're working on?
The next new thing, the Furch picks.
The Furch picks. The next thing is the tone of the guitar. You're just gonna make it better. I don't know. We're just making stuff up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's
That's awesome.
Some other improvements will be let's say how to let's say interact with the guitar, but I will not say more. Thank you.
Very cool. All right, what else has come out this year that we should cover? We covered the new booster sound port. We covered active CNR. What else is really
maybe let's go back this direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can squeeze in here. maybe Pioneer.
Pioneer,
Do you
yeah,
agree?
absolutely.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be probably yeah. That's actually second.
So a
next
new
to-
series that is out for
Exactly.
Furch Guitars,
It's
the Pioneer.
That's right. So Pioneer, it's basically a shorter scale travel instrument. If you're familiar with Little Jane, I have made this Pioneer model basically on the platform of Little Jane, except it doesn't fold. So it's a solid guitar in terms of like it cannot really fold it down, but still all solid guitar, voicing process applied to the top. I also am applying the booster soundport over here to further improve the performance, and I think the biggest and coolest thing about this is of course the price range where we are getting with this model, including gigback and yeah. So that including gigback, we are getting to close to like a $1,000 retail price point, and we would like this. We like this price segment. We didn't cover it before, so that's a great package, I think, in this like a mini guitar segment, I think.
Very, very cool. So this is going to be probably the first one. These are already here in the States as active CNR. So this will be one of your first variations. If you're wanting to see it in action, we'll see these. They're here now, right?
That's right. Because all Pioneers we have made, they were already with CNR active. So if you see the Pioneer out there, 100% is with CNR active.
There you go. So there's your first shot at it. And again, I actually think that's a really cool idea, that if you have it in a small scale, especially semi-travel like, you're going to probably, I know it's not folding like the Little Jane is, but it's still a small travel-ish size guitar.
Yeah.
You're going to be taking this to various different places, and it will automatically do the adjustment to be able to take it wherever you're going to go all over the world.
Manage for traveling, and moving it around, So
I'm curious, and you can say yes or no. Did you have to do any setup in any of these guitars after you got here?
No, we didn't do anything.
You didn't have to do
only
anything?
we have about 3 guitars here, which I had to. Well, but they were not CNR active. Therefore, I had to do some adjustments on the truss rod because of the humidity here. But I didn't really touch any CNR active guitars over here. I was of course.
You wanted to see that.
I wanted to see that, of course. Yeah, I was checking them a couple of times
bet you
a day.
did. I bet you did.
Because when I was testing, we did expose the guitars to these kind of like a low humidity condition, of course. But it's a sort of like an artificial environment, right? It's not like this is real life, and that's
That's very,
sometimes
very cool.
maybe different. Yeah.
I'm very
that's why I
excited
like
about it. I really am. This is probably one of the neatest ideas that I've seen.
Thank you.
And I'm proud. I was really, when I saw the first video, I was like, So that's very, very cool. Anything else that we need to cover for sure? We've covered, I mean, there's most of all the line has pretty much stayed, adding these new features to it. And again, if you haven't already checked out Furch Guitars, we've been carrying them for a long time. The Little Jane is amazing. We love that guitar. We sell a ton of those. And then we've always done well with yellows and red deluxes and all those things. So I'm real excited to see them. I can promise you, guys, there's a renewed interest for me as a buyer for these guitars. So you will be seeing the new active CNRs in the acoustic shop. I'm definitely pretty hot on them. I'm going to make this guy stay in contact with me so that I get all this information, so we'll know about mandolins, we'll know about this. So be looking. We're hoping to start seeing some of these new active CNR guitars in March, April, somewhere in there, and we'll kind of work our way through them. So that's what I'm going to commit to you guys, is trying to get as many. Obviously, if you want to order any of the older models, we can definitely do that, but I'm going to commit to trying to get as many of the new variations in to the acoustic shop as possible. Again, this makes my job easier because this helps with our Dreadnought guarantee, Jay. I think this is really cool. We'll have something that we know is going to survive and do so well in any environment. So hats off to you for taking it to the next level. Our next move is we're going to come out and visit you. Last time we played in the Czech Republic, it was a whole bunch of fun. Had a great time playing bluegrass out there. We'll have to come back and do it again.
I would love to see you there.
It would be a blast. And then we'll come visit and do this too. So again, are there any other questions before we get out of here, Jay? Anything? Say that again. The booster soundport, what models is that available on? Is what they're
it
asking.
was first limited edition 2024, and then Blue Performance. Right now, these two models have it. We plan to bring it to more models through the year, yes.
So they're going to be available in more models. throughout the
More
year.
versions. Right now we started because it's fairly new thing. So it's I think we released this a couple of months ago. So yeah, that's the start of it. And yeah, we see how people like it. How people, the reactions are great. So definitely we sort of like I would definitely like to speed up the process to bring it to you guys, you know, so that you will see more guitars with booster sounds.
And as of right now, most all pickup systems are using LR bags and almost everything, correct, still?
Yeah, we are exclusively working with LR bags, so yeah, and so yeah.
So any of the variations. Have you started putting any of the hi-fis in any of the
Not
guitars?
just yet, not just
Okay,
yet. Yeah.
that'd be a curious one. Is that an availability?
No, we don't have it enough just yet, you know, but
Maybe in the
yeah.
future?
Maybe
All
in
right,
the future.
we'll see.
That's right.
I figured I'd ask, you know, you're here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
I've had a blast talking to Petter. This is an amazing new run. I'm really excited about what you guys are doing. It is really cool. Really excited about of course, the mandolins, and we will stay in touch with him. I'm gonna make him get my email and continue to contact back and forth.
Yeah.
We will, because I really want to stay in touch with this as much as possible for all you guys out there. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe. Push the button. We got more and more NAMM content coming at you live, as well as we've been filming all kinds of things. More cool details. Everything has just been a whole bunch of fun, but this was pretty exciting, guys. So stick with us. This is the NAMM Show with the Acoustic Shop. We will see you on the next video. Bye,
yeah.
y'all.
Thank you for watching. Bye.